Hello, welcome to my art studio. My name's Maya. Today we're going to be painting Taurus. And so here are two examples for you just to look at real quick. And Taurus is a earth sign, and so I picked gold to be the highlight color. And so also on this one, if you can see, I added glitter to the stars. That's a new favorite. In the description box below, you can download the free tracer. So that's going to give you the symbols and the constellations for all the zodiac signs, but for this one in particular, we'll do Taurus. And so it will give you the word that you can trace, the constellation, and the symbol. And so that'll make it very easy if any of it makes you nervous. All right, let's get started. I'm going to get a 1-inch flat brush, and I have some black here on my palette. So I'm just going to load up my brush, and we're just going to go to town. I just do X patterns usually, and this is just to get the canvas all the way black. The canvas I'm using today is an 8x8 canvas. I wanted to go with square ones because I want to hang them all on my wall. And I thought that square, I don't know why, I thought that square would look kind of cool. And then when I went to the store, they had a 12-pack of 8x8. And so I'm excited for when they're all done, and I will definitely post a picture with all 12 of them done. I'm curious what you create and what sign you are. So for this black fill, I'm just going to do a crisscross, kind of a X pattern almost. Just back and forth. And then once I get it pretty full, I'm going to do kind of a lighter touch and drag the paint back and forth to kind of even it out on the whole canvas. And then I'm also going to paint my edges black. And that way they'll look pretty sharp when we hang it up. I need more paint. Okay, so now that your canvas is all dry to the touch, we're gonna go ahead and start adding the background color. So on my palette today, I have black, white, gold, turquoise blue, and purple. Okay, so for the background, you're gonna go ahead and grab some turquoise blue on one side of your brush and some purple on the other side of your brush. And I'm going to go in a swirl pattern. At first it will seem like it's going to be kind of bright, and I'm just going to swirl it in a circle. After I'm done swirling it in a circle, I'm just going to keep blending it into the background. I'm going to grab a little bit more purple and keep going in the swirling direction and just keep blending in. So with the dry brush, we're able to kind of scrub it in a little bit. So you can scrub and keep it in the circular pattern. There you go. And some of this lighter blue, I don't think I want it that bright. So again, I'm going to add more purple onto my brush and just go over some of that blue. Get up in the corners a little bit. And you don't have to go in a circular pattern. You can just add color to the back if you want. There we go. All right, I'm going to add a hint of black and more purple and just go around in that circle again, because I don't want that blue to be so bright on this one. That's the cool part, because you can't really mess it up, because you can always add in more black more blue, more purple. And again, I'm just going in that circular. Not sure why, but that's the pattern I want to go with on this one. All right, so now that we have a good amount of color in the background, I'm gonna add a little bit more black and just darken my edges. Kind of that, what do they call it, silhouette? No, what do they call that? Add some black, maybe some purple around the sides. All right, so now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and wash out my brush. And you can just sweep your brush back and forth along the bottom to get the paint out. And dry that on my paper towel. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and get what I call bristle brush. So it's basically a brush that's just stiff, so very stiff bristles. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to dip it in my water, just a little bit, not a ton. And I'm gonna put some white and mix it with this watery white. I'm gonna grab another brush and tap. And so I'm gonna get some splatters. So definitely if you have stuff behind your painting that you do not want splatters on, definitely protect it because it can get messy. All right, so that gives me some nice big splatters over here, which is kind of nice. And then I'm also gonna just dip my brush again in the white paint. And I'm going to pull back the bristles this time. So your finger is gonna get messy. I have seen people who wear gloves. I don't know, I think part of painting is getting dirty. So with this, it's gonna give you a finer mist for the stars. And so with the first technique, it was kind of the bigger stars. And then this one, you're gonna dip it into the white. You can even put a little bit more water on it if you want, but you don't really need to. Oh, I got some bristles on there. And then you're just gonna pull back and splatter. Pull back and splatter, and that's gonna give you like a fine mist of stars. All right, and then we're gonna wait for this one to dry. So go ahead and wash off your brush and your finger if you feel like it. All right. Okay, and now you wanna wait for this to dry completely again, because we're gonna be painting over the top of it. So you don't want the stars to be wet because they'll definitely smear. So while we're waiting for that to dry, you can also use like a blow dryer if you want to. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you the tracer for right now. So down in the description below, you're gonna find the link for this printable, and you will get the whole Zodiac. So you will get all of them, all 12. For today, we're just gonna use the Taurus. And I made a couple sizes here. So first of all, I made a sans serif font and also a script font so that you can use either one of those. And then I just made two different sizes. So I'm on an 8x8 canvas, so it's smaller. This one wouldn't be bad on there, but I'm probably gonna just use, I might use the big one actually. It might work, but I don't know. I think I'm just gonna use the smaller of the two. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. You're just gonna cut these out. I'm gonna use the scripty font for Taurus. I'm gonna cut that one out. Oh, I kind of want the big one. I'm gonna go with the big one on my little canvas because I want this constellation. Since it's diagonal and skinny, I feel like it will fit kind of nice across like that. Yeah, see, that'll fit nicely. And then I'm gonna put the symbol up here, and then I'm gonna do a swoosh down here with Taurus in it. Okay, take some chalk, turn over what you cut out, and you're just gonna rub the chalk flat on the back. So that it covers the whole back like that. And then before you start, make sure your drops are dry. So my drops and my paint, it dries pretty quick because it's acrylic. Okay, then you're gonna take a pen and you'll place your constellation however you want to place it. And I'm just gonna do circles for the stars. You can trace out the star if you want it to be more pointy. I'm also gonna draw the lines because I do want, and these bigger lines, I'm gonna draw more of a dashed line for those. All right, so I don't know if that's hard to see, but I can see my marks. So hopefully you will be able to see yours. All right, and now we're just gonna get a small brush, like a little round brush, roll it in our white paint, roll it to get that fine tip. I'm just gonna go ahead and make the dots where I see them. And just keep dipping your paintbrush in the white paint. And if you roll it, it will get that sharp point. We're just making little dots. Okay, so there's one more down there. One more. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, perfect. So I'm gonna go over them again. And this time I'm gonna get my little mop brush. You can get any brush you want, but just get a different one that is dry. And so as I make my marks, I'm gonna take my second brush and I'm gonna just kind of fuzz it out a little bit. And that just blurs the edges a little bit. So I'm gonna make another white dot and then just kind of go around the edges and blur it out. I love these cute little mop brushes. I just love them. So make the dot and then fuzz it out. Okay, almost there. Dot, 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 dot. They dry pretty quick, so you kind of want to make one or two at a time. All right. You don't want to do all of them at once. Okay, so now that we have the dot, go ahead and wipe your brush off. And we're going to put some gold to the left of every circle. So just to the left of each circle. We're just going to add a little gold highlight on to the left like that. That's just going to add a little color. Can you see that? Wow, you can barely see it on the camera. See, just to the left. Okay. And then go ahead and just wipe off the gold. Dip your paintbrush in the white again, roll it. And we're just gonna add a little dot right in the center of each star. And that's just gonna give us our brightest white point. All right, and then continuing with that brush, actually go ahead and rinse that one out. So this one's like a round brush. Let's see, that one's a round brush. I'm gonna use this smaller brush. It's also round, but it's a lot thinner. Can you see how much thinner that is? I'm just gonna use that for like my detail line, because then it's just easier. So same thing. If you want, you can water it down and maybe just add like a drop or so, because I'm gonna add the lines that connect them all. And you can look at your constellation, and just so you know where everything is. And I'm not gonna touch the line all the way to the star. I'm just gonna have it end up being in the middle between the stars. Okay, so you're gonna do a light touch. Light is gonna make it a thinner line. And then the harder you push down on the brush, the thicker the line's gonna get. So we just want a thin little line that kind of connects. And again, you can do dashes, or you can do a solid line, or even dots, or you don't even have to do the lines really if you don't want to. I'm gonna try to do a long line, a couple dashes. Let's see, I might add a little bit more water to mine and see if, and I'm gonna roll it really good. Get that sharp, sharp, and very light touch. Very light touch. Okay. You know what? Keep that one out. Now we're gonna do the symbol. So same thing. You're gonna use your chalk. Put a good dose of chalk on the back. And then as we push down with that pen, you can place it wherever. I'm gonna place mine up here in the corner. And you press down hard. Don't poke through the canvas though. So see, it's nice. It copied over really nice. Okay, same brush, that thin detail brush. I'm gonna add just a little bit of water to my white. And then we can go over it a couple times. So the reason I'm gonna go white for the symbol is I'm gonna go over it with the gold. But if I put the gold on right on top of the black and the purple, it's just not gonna show up that great. So by putting a layer of white underneath, it's gonna pop the gold when we put it on. All right, again, light touch here. Roll my brush. And a circle. We're gonna wait for that to dry. So go ahead and clean out that little brush. While that's drying, we're gonna get your 1-inch flat again, or a flat brush of any size. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna paint on the gold smear. I'm gonna paint on the gold swoosh. So I'm gonna load up my brush with gold. And because this brush is a good size, I'm gonna let it do all the work. So I'm gonna kind of go up, down, and up in like a wave. And we want enough room Maybe not too curvy because the word is straight, so maybe not too curvy. Probably like that. Look at that, beautiful gold. Love gold. Hate to waste the gold, but go ahead and rinse out your brush. See how easy this painting was? Like, so much fun. And then you'll have your own painting that you did of your zodiac sign. All right, so as now we're gonna wait for this gold to dry. We're gonna load up that small brush with the gold. And we're just gonna go over our symbol. And you can even wait for this layer to dry and then even add another one. Again, roll that brush. It'll help you keep the sharp edge, sharp pointed edge. And then the lighter touch gives you the thinner lines. Look how awesome. This is great. Look how awesome that is. All right. Now, since we're waiting for that to dry, another option that I forgot to put in the Aries video, whoops, bumped my canvas, was that if you want to add glitter to your stars, when you walk by, it'll sparkle just even a little bit more. So I think I'm going to go ahead and for this one, just add a little bit. I'm not going to even squeeze it out because I need so little. I'm just going to tap it right on top. Oh yeah, look at that. That's even shinier than the white. Yeah, this was a good idea. Oopsie, that was a little bit wet. Little wet. So make sure it's dry. Oh my goodness, that's like perfect. Wow, you could get carried away, really, and add it everywhere. That would be bad. Get carried away and glitter it everywhere. That's okay. All right, rinse out the glitter. Dry the brush. Okay, so now that that is all dry, and do the same thing. We're gonna put the chalk on the back of the Taurus text. And give it, be liberal. You know what? I just used orange. And orange is not gonna show up on gold. So, this would be a good one where you could do pencil on the back. I also have blue, so I'm gonna see if the blue will show up. We'll see. Trial and error. All right. So you're gonna place the text where you want it. And then we're gonna trace over it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that looks good. Put the A, U, R, U, S. Hopefully we spelt it right. It's a little higher than I think I would want it, but that's okay. Okay, so that showed up pretty good. I'm going to probably use a mix of black and my purple for the lettering. So I'll get a little black and a little purple on my brush, just so it'll show up. So again, roll it to that nice sharp point. And you can always look at it as well. You can always look at your lettering as you're doing it. And light touch gets a thin line, thicker line going up. A. U. So yeah, I really hope you guys liked this one, and I really want to see what you guys created or who you created it for. Maybe you made it for a friend. And see, I'm not in a hurry here. Small strokes. Make sure I have enough paint on my brush. Oops, got a little thick right there, but that's okay. And then, see, some of the lines are a little thin, and you can always go back on the ones you want thicker and just go over it one more time. I like this. All right. And the last step is your artist's signature. I don't love mine in paint. I actually prefer to write mine in pen because I just don't like how I paint my M's for Maya. I think I'm going to put mine in gold, a little bit of gold and white today. And you can go at the left. Well, you can put it anywhere, but I'm going to put mine down at the left. Okay, and that completes our Taurus Zodiac painting. Again, I hope you share with me what you created. I can't wait to see it. Thank you for joining me. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.